Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls 3. In the last part, we explored quite a bit of the Irithyll dungeon here. In this part, we'll be exploring the rest of it. And by the rest of it, I mean just this little room over here that has a bunch of these jailers in it that are going to definitely annoy the fuck out of us, unless maybe I can cheese them with my Chaos Bed Vest here. I did turn the volume back up game, since for the most part I don't think there's going to be any more jump scares. I could be wrong about that though. I don't really know if there's anything else hiding back here. Oh god. I almost died there. Good thing I had stamina. Oh no. Yeah, as you can see, these guys lowered my health to pretty much 1. So, when they do that, you sort of have to... Oh, no. When they do that, you sort of have to keep your distance until your health comes back. Because they can just do that to you. They can chase you with their hot iron sticks, and... all it takes is one little poke and they can kill you. So, it is rather annoying. But that's fine. Because we are almost done with this area. We won't have to deal with any of these enemies for too much longer. See there, I pretty much lost most of my health just fighting like 2 of them. I'm not entirely sure what triggers that move. I don't know if it's based on the distance you are away from them, or whether or not they use that, like, fog attack when you get close to them. But whatever the case may be, it can be quite annoying. Dealing with them, especially large groups of them, which is why I am going to try to cheese them with pyromancy. Because I don't think fighting them all one-on-one is going to be very effective in this room. So we'll just try this again real quick. Hopefully I can kill a few more this time. I think this Chaos Fire Orb is going to be better because the lava pool that it creates can stagger them. And also, it doesn't use as much stamina or mana as the Bed Vestiges. Uh-oh. Don't want a repeat of last time. I don't think we'll be needing our pyromancy for anything else in this area, so I'll just go ahead and use as much as I've got on these guys here. Alright. That takes care of that. Get our health back up here. Now in this room there will be a lot more locked cells for you to go into. And some of these cells have really useful items in them. Others just have keys in them that will let you unlock other cells in the prison. But one of these cells actually has the NPC that we need to give those other pyromancy tomes to. So we'll be unlocking her too. Oh god. Man, he survived 2 of them directly to the face. He only had like 1 HP left after getting hit by both of those. I'm surprised he hung on with that little HP. But yeah, this cell right here, there's a little woman in the corner there. She is the one that will sell you more pyromancies, but primarily she will be the NPC that sells you dark sorceries in this game. So getting her is pretty good. In here we can get Xantho's ashes. And also find another jump scare enemy. I thought we were done finding those enemies, but I guess not. We also got the Dust Crown ring. That ring is pretty good. This will basically have your maximum HP. Or, I don't actually know how much it is, because according to this, it's only removing like 100 of my health. Huh. But it will also lower spell consumption. So, this is the only ring in the game that does this, as far as I'm aware. Our Bed Vestiges and our Great Chaos Fire Orb use 35 and 32 FP, respectively. But if we wear the Dust Crown ring, they will instead only use about 20. So it knocks about... I think it knocks exactly 8 mana off of the cost of these. So it's not really that useful, I guess. Especially for the, like, sacrifice and health that you're making, because I think it's either supposed to be, like, 10% of your max health or half of your max health. I don't really remember which. But I do know that... More Titanite skills there. But I do know that, trading, like, 10% of your max health for, like, 8 less mana cost on a spell is probably not a good trade. Although if you are more of a, like, pure spellcaster build, then I suppose that ring could be good for you. Alright, these nightmare creatures are in here. I'll go ahead and kill them so they can't ambush me. Because I believe there are 3 of these things in here. There's number 2. There's number 3. Oh, there's 4, actually. Okay. But here you can get the Profaned Coal. I believe that coal will allow you to make, like, more interesting weapon infusions, like chaos infusions and shit. Oh, there's 5 of them. What? But yeah, finding that coal is pretty good too. Obviously. We won't really be using weapon infusions in this playthrough though, since I don't believe the Moonlight Greatsword can be infused with anything, since it is already a magic scaling greatsword. Anyway, coming down here, we can finally enter the next part of this area, the Profaned Capital. This is another really cool looking area in this game, in my opinion. But this is also another one of those areas that has a lot of annoying enemies. We'll be getting through each of them. Right there is one such enemy. The gargoyles. Stone gargoyle creatures. These guys will fly down and attack you from very large distances. They have pretty wide hitboxes. And they do a lot of damage too, so you have to watch out for that. I apologize, my voice is kind of getting warped a little bit here because I'm coughing a lot. Might have something to do with the fact that I ate Carolina Reaper pepper a few hours ago. Just because I wanted to try one. It's sort of like one of those things on my bucket list. It's like, try the spiciest pepper in the world. And I did. And I would not recommend you try that unless, you know, unless you're ready for like half an hour of non-stop pain. But anyway, up here we can get our bonfire in the Profaned Capital. I think we're gonna head back to Firelink real quick, actually. Because not only do we have enough souls to level up, But we might also have enough souls to upgrade our sword again. So I would like to do that if I can. We did also get that undead bone shard. So now our Estus is at +8. Yeah, I do believe it goes up to +10 in this game, so it is pretty useful when it's maxed out. Now, after you give her the Xanthos ashes, I don't remember what she sells you, actually, after you give her these ashes. I think she just sells you the Xantho outfit here. Which is a decent armor set if you're looking for, you know, okay physical defense and good magic defense at the same time. It's another set that has a lot of poison resistance too, interestingly enough. But we won't be using it. I would like to see... Oh, we can upgrade it again. Awesome. So yeah, +5. +5 will be its final upgrade. And as you can see there in the scaling menu, it only goes up to B scaling in intelligence and E scaling in strength. So, yeah. I really thought for a second that when you max out the Moonlight Greatsword, you get an A scaling in intelligence and a D scaling in strength, but I might be thinking of a different game. Anyway, we'll level up real quick here. Get our endurance to 20, and then we'll be done leveling up that. And now back to the profaned capital. Yeah, the boss fight of the profane capital, the next Lord of Cinder, is another one of the coolest bosses in this game, in my opinion. Right through that area down there is where you can fight him. But we're not going to be going down there just yet because there is actually another path you can take before you go there. Which I would obviously highly recommend that you visit beforehand because there's a lot of upgrade materials over here as well. So that's probably in your best interest. Also, as you come up here, you'll be ambushed by another gargoyle. Wow, we're doing a lot of damage to him. Oh. I didn't know he had an overhead slam attack. Well, whatever. He's dead now, so he doesn't have any attacks. In these little hallways here, you'll find a lot of crystal lizards. Oh, 1 second, guys. I got a wire in my way. Sorry about that. Yeah, in these hallways you'll find a lot of crystal lizards. You don't want to run past. You don't want to run straight towards. What the fuck? Okay, I hit that crystal lizard twice and it didn't stagger him at all. Well, whatever. You don't want to run at these crystal lizards right away because there are holes in the floor that you'll fall down. So it's kind of like a trap. Be careful where you're walking. It's kind of like walking through the depths in Dark Souls 1. That sewer system in the depths has a lot of traps in the floor as well. And this swamp area over here is another area that will inflict toxic on you. But thankfully, we very conveniently managed to find some blooming purple moss clumps, so now we can cure it. And I think we will be doing that once we explore this little swamp area. Or once we're finished exploring it, I think we'll cure our toxic because... Well, as you might imagine, if I cure the toxic now, we'll just get toxicked again, so it would be a waste of moss clump to do that. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, toxic is pretty nasty in this game. If you're gonna go through an area with toxic, just keep an eye on your health bar at all times, and you should be fine. Now, over in this little crevice cave entrance looking thing here, there's a few more items that I'd like us to get. One of them is a ring. It's actually really useful. I would like to get it before we leave this area. I believe this is it right here. Never mind. Must be that item then. But I know there is a ring in here. Yes, a curse bite ring. The curse bite ring is basically like the stone plate rings with status resistances, except instead of giving you a resistant to a certain element, it will instead give you resistance to, obviously, curse buildup, so, yeah. It's pretty good for that if you're, like, fighting a large group of basilisks and you're worried you're gonna get cursed. You can use that curse bite ring to help you out. We are gonna go in Embered form before we climb up here, because there is, I believe, another NPC invader up here that I would like for us to fight. Because he can give you some... He can drop you a pretty useful item, and I'd like to get that item. This is the new enemy type that was in this area. It's kind of annoying. They are very bulky, they do a lot of damage, and they have a very powerful grab attack, so you just sort of have to stay behind them, but don't, like, get too greedy, because they can butt stomp you, kind of like the ogres in Dark Souls 2. That's kind of what these enemies reminded me of. There isn't really a point in fighting those enemies, since they only really drop dung pie, and since it takes forever to kill them, I would not recommend that you use dung pie. Or I would not recommend that you fight them just to get their dung pie. If you can avoid them, then you should. Now here's a mimic. We used another rusted gold coin because I would like to get the symbol of avarice. Once again, we did not get the symbol of avarice, but we did get the court sorcerer's staff, which is a very, very good staff weapon if you are a sorcery character. As you can see there, it starts with an A scaling in intelligence, and it's not even upgraded yet. So you should definitely take the time to get that if you are playing a sorcery character. But once you loot this room, you'll want to come around this awning and climb up these stairs here, because this is where you will be invaded by the NPC. Oh, never mind. I thought it was an NPC invader. It's actually a NPC enemy. But yeah, fighting this guy, killing this guy, definitely recommend you do it, because he can drop a pretty useful item if you kill him. I'm going to try to cheese him, though. Alright. As always, 3 Chaos Bed Vestiges is enough to take out pretty much anyone. And there you can get Logan's Scroll. That is another item you can give to your Sorcerer in Firelink, and he will update his inventory respectively. You can also drop back in here on top of this little thing to get the Wrath of the Gods miracle, which is one of the best miracles in the game. It will do, not only will it do a lot of damage to anyone you hit it with, but it will also knock them off their feet, and they can go sliding in a direction based on where you are standing when you cast it. So particularly for PvP, it can be very useful, because you could just push people off of, like, cliffs with that shit. Now, in this section of the dungeon, there will be invisible enemies. Don't ask me why these enemies are invisible, they just are. You can kill them to keep them from, like, ambushing you down this hallway later, because once you come to the end of this hallway, you can get yourself another key, and I believe this key is what is used to unlock those locked cells back in the dungeons. This might also be the key that unlocks that cell that the NPC merchant was in, so we might have to go back for her as well. I suppose I could do that off screen, but I would like to show off her inventory, because she does sell some pretty useful stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this area. Actually, there is one more area we can go to. If you did Sigvard's questline correctly in the Cathedral of the Deep, which unfortunately we did not, he will be inside this room right here. And the only way to get in there is to jump through the window. And if you did Sigvard's questline properly, then he will be sitting in this cell right here. And he will give you a Titanite slab when you talk to him. Unfortunately, we didn't do it right. But you can still go in there to get the covetous gold serpent ring, which is similar to the silver serpent ring, except it will boost your item discovery instead of your soul gain. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I think we're ready to go back to our bonfire and explore the other part of the Profaned Capital. I think we will finish off exploring this area, and then, since I'm not sure we will have enough time to fight the boss, I think what we'll do after we're done exploring is we will go rescue the NPC lady, and then the next episode we'll start off by killing the Lord of Cinder. Now, pretty much just run across this bridge. Those guys down there will shoot fireballs at you. And this gargoyle will also ambush you. Just ignore them and run past all of them, and you can get into this little safety net here. And then lure the gargoyle over and kill him without getting shot at by fireballs. Or knocked off the edge, for that matter. Even if you're not using a greatsword weapon, those gargoyle enemies are very easily staggered, so they're not too difficult to fight as long as you can sort of predict their attack patterns, kind of like all the other enemies in this game. These are the sorcerers in this area. These guys are relatively harmless. Yeah, these guys are relatively harmless. The only thing they were really going to do is try to, like, hit you with fireballs and shit. So, as long as you avoid that, you should be fine. They're pretty much trash mobs. Otherwise. You are going to have to fight a lot of gargoyles in this little area. Oh, God. No, what? I thought I was on Estus. Okay, I almost died there. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. You will get ambushed by a lot of gargoyles in this area. The boss room's right in there, so you could just sort of run past all these guys. You don't even have to fight them or get the items. I would still recommend you do get the items, though, since they can be kind of useful. So yeah, just watch out for the gargoyles whenever they jump down. Keep an eye on these enemies too when they shoot their fireballs at you, and as long as you do that, you should be fine. This area should not be too challenging whatsoever. There is an item, 2 items out here actually. I don't think these are very useful items though. I might just be wasting my time here. Rusted gold coin's not too useful. It's basically like the rusted gold coin, but yeah, it's pretty much like the rusted gold coin, but the item discovery boost it gives you is not as powerful. So we'll just come in through here and continue exploring this little nook here. And I think when we're done exploring this little area, we'll head back into the prison and try to get those other items we missed. As well as that NPC, because I would like to get her. Now, as soon as you come into this room, you're going to be ambushed by another gargoyle. I'm going to try to bait him out without aggroing these guys, because fighting these guys with the gargoyle can be kind of annoying. Having like a million fireballs shooting at you while fighting a gargoyle is probably not a good strategy. Staggered him again. Now he's dead. And now we can clear these guys out. Wow, I missed like 3 times. Alright. It's kind of annoying that my backstab... My backstab damage is only barely, like, not strong enough to kill them. They hang on with like 2 health. Okay. Now down here you'll also find another mimic, right here. And hopefully we'll get a symbol of avarice from this one, because if not, I don't know how we're going to get one. Oh yes, these are both mimics actually. I completely forgot about that. Oh god. That did a lot of damage. Okay. We'll just take care of both of these mimics. Oh no! Well, thankfully I have enough health to survive that. Yeah. These guys have very wonky movesets. Oh, sorry about that. They just sort of flail at you with their long arms. Like some freaking demented hell creature. This one is not a mimic. So that's nice. Not like to have to fight a third mimic here. But now that we've explored all there is to explore in this area, I think we will go back to Aerithil Dungeon now. Because like I said, yeah, we're probably not going to have enough time to fight the boss. We're probably not going to have enough time to fight the boss in this last quarter of the video, so... I'm going to use the... Wow, that was a lot of fall damage. I'm going to use the little time we have left to go get this NPC and maybe some of those other items that were locked away in Aerithil Dungeon, because, like I said, very useful items. Should definitely get them before you fight the boss, so you don't have to come back here later. So we'll just go do that real quick. This NPC in particular is very useful. We do have to fight these guys again. I'm gonna try to cheese them. If I can. Alright. The tracking on the fireballs is very weird when an enemy falls down. It doesn't always hit them. I don't really like how that works. It's kind of weird on From's part. Hopefully Elden Ring will have better tracking than this. That's all I'm going to say. It's ironic too, because the enemies in this game have very good tracking on their shit, but when it comes to your shit doesn't have very good tracking at all. It's like a weird sort of... like the game's picking favorites. Anyway. We can get this lady now. Her name is Carla the Witch.
Oh, there you are. I thought you'd all but forgotten me. How sweet. Good to know that a skinny little heretic can still turn heads. Oh, you're not one of them, are you? Accept my apologies for mistaking you for one of those leeches. So, what business have you here? This is a land of monstrosities, and I am no exception. You're here to save me, but I'm guilty. A wretched child of the abyss. Is that something you can forgive? Oh, really? You are no ordinary man. Very well. Besides, I've grown tired of imprisonment. I am Carla, and I accept your proposal.
So that NPC will go to your Firelink as well, and like all the other NPCs we've been rescuing throughout the game, she will be giving you... Oh, for fuck's sake. She will sell you dark sorceries and dark magics. But if you can also give her the pyromancy, some of the pyromancy tomes that you found, because Cornix won't be able to use them. So she can also sell you like dark pyromancies too, which is pretty neat. I don't know if we'll be using any of her dark pyromancies because I'm not sure how well they scale with the normal pyromancy flame. But I guess that's something I can test later if need be. But now that we've got all those other key rings, I think we can properly unlock some of these cells now. And I think once we're finished doing that, we'll end off the episode there. Why does every enemy in this area survive a backstab from me? I don't understand. Sorry about that. Alright, yep, we can now come in here. And right here... Oh, I thought this was an undead bone shard. Well, I was totally wrong about that. But yeah, that'll do it for the prison, guys. And on the next part, we will be fighting the next Lord of Cinder. So, thank you all once again for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time.